It hasn't been a very good earnings season. Earnings haven't been so good. Revenues haven't been so good. Very few companies are actually showing strong revenues. Jack Hough is here to discuss it, tell you about a couple that have.
Yeah, there's a few.
Why are companies having so much trouble with their revenue this quarter?
Well, they're not growing, right?
Right.
You can, we all obsess over earnings, and you can increase your earnings by cutting costs, but eventually you run out of room to cut costs, and you have to ring the register a little bit more.
Yeah.
Somewhere out there is a guy watching this show at his job, and he's saying, wait a second, the chair to the left of me is empty, the chair to the right of me is empty, I'm doing the work of 3 people, so we can't cut costs any further here. Eventually we're going to have to find more customers and grow our sales.
Right.
We don't have that sales growth right now for most companies. I found a few.
Right. Now let's get into a couple of these. One of them is a total household name, but let's run through these. Give me the first one.
Google has good sales growth, right? Google is still growing pretty quickly. Picked up some extra revenues from an acquisition, but even without that, revenues increased 21% last quarter. The rate it's charging for, when people click on ads is down a bit, but it's come up with some new technology to figure out, based on what you search on, are you looking to buy something? So when you run a search for mega yacht, Google knows that you're in the market, and it's going to show you.
Because I'm clearly in the, I'm looking to buy a big yacht.
Yeah, that's the word around here. So.
I get paid quite well for this show. Let's talk about the next one. Was it Western Digital? Explain, they're not quite a household name.
No, well, they make hard drives, right? And some people say, hey, look, the new laptops have the flash drives, and Western Digital has these. They do a little bit of both, but they have the old style hard drives. But the big story here is cloud computing, right? Everybody's moving all of this computer processing and data storage onto these big central data farms, and you need heaps and heaps of storage for that. And Western Digital is selling a lot of hard drives into that market. They had some manufacturing problems last year, so they've rebounded a bit from that. But growth is still very strong in storage right now. Now, the last one is a bit of a surprise. Lennar, a home builder. It's a home builder. It's more, this is not about Lennar having, blazing growth. It's more a matter that the housing market has been so depressed for so long. How low they're coming off a very low bottom. How low do mortgage rates have to go? How low do mortgage rates have to go before you buy a house? Or where are we? 3.5% on the 30-year market. Pretty soon they're going to be paying you money just to take I'll bring the wheelbarrow over, take the cash, buy a house. So that would be nice. That would be nice, Jack Hough. Well, so there's actually, some analysts are saying there's a little bit of shortage. We have plenty of older homes for sale, but there's a little bit of a shortage of new construction for sale. So. We saw a pickup in new home sales. It dipped off a little bit in June, but people are saying that's more because there was a lack of supply out there. But Lennar is doing a little bit better. It's not. I'm not sure it's a recovery. Do you think for these companies that these are sort of sustainable trends? I think these are a few of the more promising ones right now. But the big story, if you want to look at the broad picture, stock investors should be a little concerned right now because profit margins are at a record high. It shows that companies have cut costs to the bone, but they're not yet growing their sales in a convincing fashion. And if you look forward, those opportunities for earnings increases might run out if we don't get some sales growth soon.